Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? For fast and cheap coins, check out instantmudcoins.com and use code ZIRK for 20% off. Link is in the description.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm bringing you guys my Team of the Week predictions. Now, we are a record 0 for 5, I think, in all the weeks. I don't think we've actually hit on any of the heroes yet. For the flashback heroes anyways, we've hit on like the Team of the Week player from like the current week, but as some flashback heroes, you guys know, that's just about impossible to do for EA. But I'm going to try my very best. Let me know down below what you guys think we're going to be seeing this week for Team of the Week. Of course, tonight, around, I think it was 7 or 8, I can't remember honestly which time they do Team of the Week. I think it's a 7. They go ahead and reveal the players that we're going to need tomorrow, at least the flashback players. So make sure you guys turn the notification bell on so you do not miss that video. Also, I want to give a shout out to Sean Veach for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to be shouted out in the next video, drop a like on the vid. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. Turn the notification bell on and comment down below Noti Gang, guys. I will say, this week's Team of the Week has some serious potential. Like, there are a bunch of different players that EA could potentially go with, and it could be really, really good. So that being said, let's get into it. Now, I'm going to let you guys know right now when it comes to my hero predictions for this week, I am going so, like, completely different mindset with the way that I'm actually picking the heroes in comparison to how I've done it the past 5 weeks. And the reason I'm going so out of the blue with my hero selections, and like normally, you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there, I would never pick the players that I'm actually picking here in combination with each other, but seeing how EA has done it, they're just so random with it. Like, they're so random with it to give someone like Lance Briggs the upgrade when we already had TJ Watt at left side linebacker and we didn't have any safety players, whatever. You guys will see. I have a chance to be, honestly, more right this week than I ever have been, or be completely wrong, and I'm taking the risk. But you guys can see Jamel Dean is one player who I think we could potentially see in these sets. He did have a pick 6 versus Aaron Rodgers. I almost said Brett Favre versus Aaron Rodgers. I think he gets a card. Now, one player I think we're probably going to see as a +1 is Calais Campbell. I believe he did have 3 sacks this past week. So it makes sense for Calais Campbell to get a +1. Now, given Calais Campbell may also get a most feared, guys, and by the way, we have no most feared info right now, so we don't know what's going on with that promo. It's got to be coming out soon, though. It's super weird it's taking this long because obviously now we only have like 10 days for most feared, and most feared is supposed to be like a 2+ week long promo. It's probably gonna be a pretty short promo, which kind of sucks to be honest, but Calais Campbell could be a most feared, could also get a +1 today. And another player who had a pick 6 was Minkah Fitzpatrick. Now, Minkah does have this 85 overall superstar MVP, but that's only up to an 86 overall powered up. So a +1, take him to an 87. I think it would honestly be a pretty decent card. I mean, the speed would get up a little bit more, zone would get up a little bit more, man would get up a little bit more, and then like when his next upgrade comes, Minkah's going to be looking really nice. And someone that badly deserves a Team of the Week upgrade is Justin Jefferson. He had 9 catches for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, the issue is, of course, with Justin Jefferson, he doesn't actually have a power-up. So this is a player they need to give a power-up to because he's going crazy in the NFL. But of course, you would have to get like the highest overall set card. It would only make sense for him to get like the 87 overall because he has an 84 overall card currently in the game and doesn't have a power-up, so you can't give him like a lower one and be like, oh, give him a +1. He's going to have to get like that 87. Now, another player that I think deserves a +1, but the issue is, of course, powered up, this card is already a 90 overall. Will they give him another +1 and make him a 91? Maybe. Maybe they will. Julio Jones had 137 yards and 2 touchdowns in his return. He's been out the past couple of weeks, I believe, and he absolutely balled out. Another wide receiver that deserves an upgrade. And I'm going double Falcons this week for my offensive set. Matt Ryan, 371 yards and 4 touchdowns. I think Matt Ryan and Julio, the deadly duo, both need a +1 overall to their power-up. So now, let's go ahead and talk about my heroes, and I've got a lot to talk about with these. And the one thing I want to tell you guys about my hero predictions before we do get into those, I showed you guys this last week as well, but I guess it didn't matter because of EA. This is exactly the Team of the Week heroes that we have currently. You will notice offensively, The only position on offense that we do not have filled with a normal player that is not an LTD is tight end. Tight end, we have LTD Mark Andrews. We don't have any sort of set like player of the weeks for LTD. We don't have any sort of flashback players for tight end. Every other position is filled. So I really wanted to do tight end this week for my team of the week predictions, to be completely honest with you guys. But I took a look at all the tight ends currently, and there's like no one that really had a crazy game at tight end that's not going to be potentially an LTD. The best games that I found were Antonio Gates with 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't think that's enough. And then Jeremy Shockey with 5 catches, 129 yards, and a touchdown. Again, I don't think that's enough. So I don't think we're actually going to get a flashback tight end this week, which it really makes sense for it to be tight end. So to be honest, offensively, they could really go anywhere they wanted, I think, except for quarterback, because we already have Dak, we already have Cunningham, we already have so many wide receivers, but again, they could go there if they wanted to, and then if they want to throw another fullback or run back at us, don't be surprised. But then defensively, you guys can see how this kind of fills out over here. You saw they went with Lance Briggs last week, although we already have TJ Watt there. They decided to go with Lance Briggs. So we already have LTD Chris Harris, and the only positions on defense missing are safeties. We don't have any safeties at all. So, spoiler, I'm guessing a safety. And the safeties that I actually think we're going to get, guys, I am going to say this for the defensive flashbacks. My prediction, it is between really 2 players. Sean Taylor, which I don't know if we're going to get Sean T because maybe he's too big of a name, but we got like Randall Cunningham in here, so I don't know. He had 2 interceptions and a forced fumble in 2007. That would be amazing. Another player that we may see is 2003 Week 6. We had Rodney Harrison with 9 tackles and 2 interceptions. But as you guys know, when it comes to Team of the Week and EA in general, as much as a glaring hole we have at safety, they could throw another D lineman at us here. And as I showed you guys over here on the offensive side of things, for my flashback player, as much as I wanted to go with a tight end, I literally couldn't find one that had a good enough game that I felt like was like good enough. So I am going to predict wide receivers, and the 2 wide receivers I think it could be, number 1, it could be Torry Holt, 154 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2006, or Derrick Mason, 177 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2003. Now, we actually had Derrick Mason in the game last year as a Team Diamond player, so EA may still have his rights. I think we're either going to see Torry Holt or Derrick Mason at wide receiver. And also, as I said, I'm going completely out of it with my Team of the Week predictions this week. I actually think we get another wide receiver as well. Although we're going to get a flashback wide receiver, I think we're going to get an LTD wide receiver again, yes again, with Stefon Diggs. 7 catches, 167 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Stefon Diggs, I believe that was 2019, maybe 2018. One of those 2 years, Diggs went crazy. And as I said, I like to use logic when it comes to my Team of the Week predictions, but it seems like EA doesn't, so let's just go out of the blue. And as for my final Team of the Week prediction, of course, I think this one is very obvious. Player of the Week is going to be Derrick Henry. He had an absolute monster week. Derrick Henry went absolutely crazy this week versus the Texans, I want to say. He had 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he also had like a 50-yard plus catch in OT. If he doesn't get the upgrade, guys, it is strictly because he's in most feared, and the EA didn't want to give him the card here, but sort of similar to like Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool was most certainly the most dominant player last week. This week, it was Derrick Henry. He has to get this Team of the Week upgrade, and only makes sense. This is his Team of the Week card actually from last year. So with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like on the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know down below you guys' predictions.